Physiographic of India. About India. India is the 7th largest country in the world in terms of area. It lies on the Indian Plate, which is the northern portion of the Indo-Australian Plate. The Indian subcontinent is surrounded by 3 different water bodies and is easily recognizable on the world map. Location. The Indian mainland extends between 84 north and 376 north latitudes and from 687 east and 9,725 east longitudes. Thus, the latitudinal and the north-south extent is 3,214 km, and east-west extent is 2,933 kilometers. India accounts to 0.42% of the total world land area. India lies entirely in the northern hemisphere and eastern hemisphere, the Tropic of Cancer. 2,330 north passes through the center of the country. It divides the country into almost 2 equal parts. Northward of this latitude is North India, and south of it is known as South India. Similarly, 8,230 east longitude passes almost from the middle of the country. It is known as standard meridian of India. India is the largest country in terms of area and population in South Asia. It is surrounded by the ocean. India is strategically located in the Indian Ocean. It commands sea routes between Europe and Africa, Southeast Asia, Far East Asia, and Oceania. It is because of this that India shares good trade relation between many countries since ancient times. Size. India's total area accounts for about 0.4% of the total geographical area of the world. Thus, it is the 7th largest country in the world by its size. India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometers. The total length of the coastline of the mainland is 7,516.6 kilometers, including Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep. India is bounded by the mountains in the northwest, north and northeast, south of about 20 to north latitude. It begins to taper and extends towards the Indian Ocean, dividing it into 2 seas, the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on its east. Time along the standard meridian of India, 8,230 feet e, passing through Mirzapur in Uttar Pradesh, is taken as the standard time for India. India and the world. The Indian landmass has a central location between the East and West Asia. India is a southward extension of the Asian continent. The trans-Indian Ocean routes connect the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of East Asia. No other country has as long a coastline on the Indian Ocean as India has. India's contacts with the world have continued through the ages. The spices, muslin, and other merchandise were taken from India to different countries. On the other hand, the influence of Greek sculpture and the architectural styles of domes and minarets from West Asia can be seen in different parts of India. India's neighbours. India has 29 states and 7 union territories. India shares its land boundaries with Pakistan and Afghanistan in the northwest, China, Tibet, Nepal and Bhutan in the north, Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east. Physical features of India. Physiography of an area is either outcome of structure, process and the stage of development. The land of India exhibits great physical variations. Indian landmass was the part of Great Pangaea entire landmass, which broke into two parts in the Carboniferous period due to the force of gravity and buoyancy. The northern and southern parts were subsequently called as Laurasia and Gondwanaland, respectively, leaving Tethys Sea in the middle. Based on these macro variations, India can be divided into the following physiographic divisions. 1. The northern and northeastern mountains. 2. The northern plain. 3. The peninsular plateau. 4. The Indian desert. 5. The coastal plains. 6. The islands. Geologically, the Himalayan mountains represent a very youthful topography with high peaks, deep valleys and fast-moving rivers. The Himalayas and the northern plains are the most recent landforms. The peninsular plateau constitutes one of the ancient landmasses and most stable land blocks on the Earth's surface. The northern plains are formed of alluvial deposits, and the peninsular plateau is composed of igneous and metamorphic rocks with gently rising hills and wide valleys. Gondwanaland further broke up into the peninsular India, Madagascar, Australia, Antarctica etc. in the Jurassic period. Peninsular part of India is a part of Gondwanaland, formed from igneous rocks of Archean era, which were transformed into gneiss and schist.